guys, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom, and today I am coming to you with a iced coffee recipe. My girl Dior hit me up on Snapchat one day on a picture of my iced coffee and said, "Hey girl, do you have a cooking video for this?" And my answer was no, but I can make one. So girl, this video's for you. I'm going to take you guys down to the counter in just a second and show you how I assemble my iced coffee or cold brew. But I want to just discuss a couple of little coffee tips and my suggestions coming from a coffee addict as far as making our coffee. So I have a tendency to prefer hot coffee in the morning. It's just me. I don't know what it is, just like a warm cup of liquid life that I like in the morning. But once noon hits, I'm pretty much an iced coffee kind of girl. I don't really care whether it's iced coffee or cold brew. I just prefer sipping something cold through a straw once noon has gone and passed. So with that being said, buying these already made cold brews in the stores are very, very expensive. And so what I've been doing, especially since I have recently just found all these, I've been making coffee in the morning. So I use my regular coffee pod to make my hot cup of coffee, but I have the 2.0 Keurig. Downside to that is when you're using any kind of instant coffee or anything like that, it only gives you a choice of 6 or 4 ounces of water, which is so annoying if you want an 8 or 10 ounce cup to have to double brew. So in the morning, I use a pod and I have hot coffee and then I leave it in there. And then this is the instant coffee I use from BJ's. I absolutely love this stuff. It is a little bit on the pricier side as far as the coffee that they do carry there, but this is the jam, guys. I love it. If you like instant coffee, and I am a coffee connoisseur, this is the best one out there. So I leave the pod in, make the machine pretend like it has to brew me a pod, and after I have my regular morning cup of coffee, I use that instant and I brew myself another cup and I leave it in the refrigerator. Not every time do I get a chance to get to it, but if I don't, I do it every day no matter what. And there's been a couple of days where I've just dumped that coffee that's cold in the refrigerator into like a pitcher that you get from Dollar Tree. They're $1. You can't beat that. So I just throw them in a pitcher and it gives me another choice of having iced coffee in the afternoon. I do like my cold brew, don't get me wrong. And I've tried a bunch of different ones now. I've tried the Chameleon, I've tried the Stoke, and I've tried the Javalia. And someone told me to try the cold brew at Trader Joe's. So the next time I go there, I'm going to try that. But none of them are cheap. Now, my girl Leanne over at Grady's Mom, she did a video as well, and she did the Chameleon coffee, and she said she gets like 6 to 8 sometimes coffees out of this bottle, and it is concentrated. So I guess you're supposed to add water, but there's no directions on the bottle. So I've only been getting 4 or 5 coffees out of it. It's $10 a bottle. Now I will put a card up top if you guys want to catch the deal that I got for it at the grocery store, but I'm on my last bottle now and I'm just not going to always be able to afford to buy those cold brew bottles. So brew your coffee in the morning. Now, if you guys are not following me on Pinterest, I tell you all the time, go to Pinterest, 50 Shades of Mom, and check out my boards. I have a coffee board. On that board, I'm going to start making my own cold brew. It's very easy. It's a 3-to-1 ratio, so it's a half a cup of any of your regular kind of coffee and then 1.5 cups of water. And you can do that as many times as you want, and you leave it on the counter for 24 hours. You could put it in the refrigerator. They do suggest you can for another 24 to 48 after that, but if you don't want to wait and you just want to do the 24 hours, as long as you put it through a cheesecloth or a fine sieve or even like a regular coffee filter, if you just put it through there and you sift out all of the grinds, you have your own homemade cold brew. So I'm going to start making those myself just so that I can be a little bit more cost effective on buying these other cold brews. But this way of making a coffee in the morning, this has been super simple and super easy, and I always have a cold cup in the refrigerator. So if it's regular iced coffee or a cold brew, I'm still making myself happy with my cup of liquid life in the afternoon. So let me take you guys down to the counter and I'm going to show you how I assemble my coffee. Okay guys, so this is my 16-ounce tumbler that I get from the Dollar Tree. Can't beat $1 for a tumbler. I just filled it pretty much 3/4 of the way with ice. What I like about these tumblers is that they're the kind with the circle on the bottom, so it won't come out. And then this is that Chameleon cold brew. This is the one that I absolutely love. This is the French vanilla. Now I've tried both the regular and the French vanilla kind, and this is my favorite. But now again, you could see where it says it's concentrated, but there's no directions on here to tell you how. I guess they're insinuating that you should do half and half. But to me, that would be too diluted because I like really strong coffee. So I do my coffee about 3/4 of the way inside of the cup. Now, this is that Torani syrup that I got from World Market. I absolutely love this stuff. And in World Market, if you have one by you, they're 20% off for the rest of, I don't know, they're running like a sale right now. I don't know if their sales are only weekly, but all of these are 20% off, and they have every flavor imaginable. Now, I've seen Walmart have some. They have a bunch of different ones, but I like the coconut. So I do like 3 or 4 twists around in a circle. You can get a pump top a lot of places. This is just like the liquor tops that I got from the Dollar Tree. It came with 2 of them in here, and it's worked perfectly fine for me right now. I have already manufactured my perfect cup, so I have my own ratio down, well. So now, I do use heavy whipping cream. The only reason why I do this is because I prefer half and half. I like really creamy coffee, but I'm just not in the position right now to buy milk, half and half, and heavy cream. And I use heavy cream to do like creamed corn and things like that, Alfredos and stuff. And I only use that's it. Like, it's so thick, and I add a little bit of water, so I feel like it kind of makes its own half and half, and because it's thick, it spreads out, and it's still super light the way that I like my coffee. And then I use just regular plain old granulated sugar. I actually hate now that some of these new places have liquid sugar. I use 3 spoons of this. And these are little tiny, like teaspoons that come with the sugar bowl. And now, like I was saying, Dunkin' Donuts, all those places, they have liquid sugar now. Absolutely hate them. I actually like the granules in my cup. I like to suck them through the straw. And then this is my plain old regular water. Well, if you guys have seen, this is my Aquasana water that I swear by, and that's why I have no problem putting it straight in my cup. So I add just enough water to the top. And then we're going to give it a good stir. I don't like to stir too much because I do, like I said, like that sugar at the bottom. I don't like it to get dispersed within my coffee, but that is it. It's pretty simple. Now, you guys can use whatever flavor syrup that you want. If coconut is not your thing, they have everything from caramel and raspberry to French vanilla and, dulce de leche, like you name it, they have it. So you can come up with any flavor profile that you want. These are sugar-free, which is why I add my own sugar to that. But that pretty much is it, guys. So it's a pretty simple recipe. It stays good and cold. The only problem with these is I suck them down way too fast. All right, guys, so that is it. Pretty simple, nothing too complicated, literally down to some coffee, a little bit of cream, a splash of water, some sugar, and your favorite flavoring, and you have yourself the perfect cold brew. Absolutely love it. And again, I don't mind this being iced coffee. It doesn't have to be a cold brew. The only difference is how you actually brew the coffee. So again, as long as it's caffeine and coffee and the right flavor, I'm totally satisfied and I'm happy. And I hope that you guys are too. I hope that you like this video. Hit that thumbs up button, guys, and comment down below. Let me know what you think of this recipe, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye, everyone.